Alright, so here we have it. We have a small batch of rebalances. Listen, any form of rebalance in this game is absolutely welcome because there really is a lot to fix in this. So let's go over what we have going on today. What up, team? It's your boy MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video talking about the rebalances, what we can expect from them. So you know what, let's just get right into it. First, we have Necrohunter here. This guy has always been a little bit scuffed here. We have his kit, I don't know, it just, nobody uses it. Well, I'm not going to say nobody, but nobody uses this guy. So let's see what they did. We are changing Gravestorm. Where are we? Gravestorm. Okay, so right now it attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of attacking all enemies with an extra hit. What? Who made this skill? Anyways, what are they changing it to? Attacks one enemies, attacks all enemies one time if this attack is critical. This is what it should have been from the start. This is a good step in the right direction. Next, we have Tombstalker here, which is going to be that A3. What is now places Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns if this attack is critical. Attacks one enemy. So all they did was they've decreased the cooldown from 5 to 4 turns, 3 when booked. It's still pretty irrelevant. You hate to see it, honestly. And they gave him an aura. Crit rate in all battles by 19%. That's fine. That makes him semi-usable for faction wars. Definitely early on for sure. You're probably not going to take him all the way to stage 20, but it is what it is. This is a decent change. They at least are approaching character balance a little bit smarter, kind of fixing their old mistakes here. So let's move on to the second champion, which is we have Kalia here. She is going to be a barbarian, if I recall correctly. And here we have her. So I do know she hits pretty hard as it is. We have really high base attack, which is good. Next thing we have Superheated Hammer, which is going to be the A1 damage increase. Attacks one enemy. Has a 30% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. Pretty solid 30% chance. Damage increase on the initial hit. Heals this champion if there's a bonus pair with a Tur, who is the partner bonus here. Damage scaling on attack. None of that is changing. Next we have, I believe, the hard hitting ability. Yes. Curse of Nullity here, which is going to be damage increase, and the only other change is going to be a 75% chance, up from 50% of placing that heal reduction, which once again it makes more sense because it went from 50, 60 to 75 and then stopped. Why would they make you book a champion just for a 75% chance? Like I said, they're definitely fixing past mistakes here. So now if you do have this champion booked, it's going to be 100% chance of placing that heal reduction debuff. Finally, moving on to the final skill here, Flame Tempest. Attacks 3 times at random here. What are they changing? Damage increased. I can see kind of a pattern here, if you will. So damage increase and Flame Tempest. Cursed Nullity as well as Superheated Hammer, and attacks 3 times at random. Each hit places an HP burn, which already says, okay, so each hit has a 60% chance and it doesn't increase here, so this moves it up to 100% chance. It makes it better. Problem I have with these, as probably anyone watching would, is random. Not a fan. Really not a fan. What if all 3 hit the same target? Then what's the point of even having the champion here? Would have been better as an AoE. She would have gotten way more play if this was an AoE with the 100% chance baseline. That would have been huge, but I guess I understand. I'm going to say that for now. So overall, she hits harder. She's more consistent with her debuff. She has great base speed, 106 there. Like I said before, really good base attack there. So overall, a pretty solid change. Next, we're going to head to Sacred Order, I believe, to Frostbringer. Now, I'm hoping for something that I'm pretty sure isn't going to happen, but let's check it out anyways. Frostbringer right now, heal reduction on the A1, defense down, heal reduction again on the A2 here, and then A3 increase speed, increase attack. How are you going to make a champion called Frostbringer and not have him freeze? Let me know. Let me know the answer if anyone has one. So what are they changing here? Has a 30% chance, that's in bold on the cones of cold here. So they doubled her chance from what it originally was. So 15%, 20, 25, 30% chance when fully booked for that heal reduction. So now it's going to be even higher, starting off with 30% chance, then 35, 40, and then a 50% chance on 2 hits on random to apply that heal reduction. Would have liked it if they replaced heal reduction with freeze, because Let's face it, like we just said, it makes sense with how the character looks, but it is what it is. Her base speed is crazy for an epic champion. There's no denying that. Let's go ahead and look at Snow Flurry here, which is going to be the A2. So looking at the baseline, the books are just increasing damage and reducing cooldown, which has never made any sense whatsoever. But now it does, as we can see here. You know what, let me just kind of make this easier to read. So level 2 damage increase, level 3 damage increase, level 4 debuff chance increase %. We have 25 additional % chance here, so she is going to be a defense down champion. Once again, her biggest drawback, like I've said before, attacks 3 times at random. Listen, Plarium, please just get rid of this. Nobody likes it. It adds an additional layer of RNG, and we need a solid reason to bring a champion like this to any team here. We want consistency in this game. Lots of math goes involved. Pretty much anyone who plays this game and has any fun with it, they're always calculating, saying, okay, is this champion going to be better? Is that champion going to be better? This is an anomaly here. Why 3 times at random? If you're trying to debuff an entire wave of champions, why do we have to roll the dice? Why are you making champions that makes it so we have to roll the dice here? So they elected to keep the 3 times at random. Like I said, I can rant about that forever. I think it's one of the worst additions in the game as far as a skill thing. But let's move on to the next champion, which is Woad Painted. So now we have Woad Painted looking... she looks okay. Face is a little bit questionable, probably an earlier model, but what do we have here today? Base speed increasing from 92 to 97, definitely solid every time a champion's speed does increase, that's very good. Cross up damage will be based on HP instead of HP and attack. I like that. I'm really not a fan of splitting up multipliers based on either attack or HP unless it's a champion that's a little bit overpowered, aka Rotos, who is kind of nerfed indirectly a little bit by having a split multiplier. So as we just said, the A1 alone is going to be scaled off of HP. Moving on to Undying Fury, this A2 here. This is going to be changed a little bit. What it's going to do is it's going to also remove 1 debuff from all allies, which is very solid for sure. Then heals this champion by 100%, that's all the same, and heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus heal. So this can be interesting now that we're stacking HP and we're giving ourselves a self-heal. So let's just throw out numbers here. If you have 100,000 health, you lose 10,000 of it, so you have 90k health. You're going to get a 100,000 health heal, which means you're going to have a surplus of 90,000, and all of the champions around you are going to get the surplus 50% of that, which is going to be a 45,000 heal across the board. Now 100,000 health is kind of a lot, and her base HP isn't the best. 19 is not terrible by any means, but it would have been cooler if they increased her max health. That kind of would have made sense for this champion, but the fact that it stays at 19.8, is she going to be good? Yes, she's going to be good. How good? That's going to be determined by how good your gear is, and if your gear is honestly good enough to get this champion's health to over 100,000, you probably have better options. Not going to say it for sure, every account's different. I'm just saying you probably have a much better option at your disposal. One cool thing that they are adding on top of that, so maybe this is going to cancel it out, is this champion then gets an extra turn after that, so we get some more utility to use that A3, which is going to be overpowered. What are we changing here? Cooldown decreases from 5 to 4, 3 when booked, and that's it. Another change to this, of course, is going to be the split multiplier. This is going to go to HP instead of attacking HP, giving her more value from stacking that health to really buff up the A2 more to make sure the heal is as big as possible for your allies. So one of the biggest takeaways for me personally is going to be this heal and A2 synergy going on here. It goes down to 4 turn cooldown once fully booked, then you get an extra turn, making it a 3 turn cooldown. This is usable. You can definitely use this in content. You'll have an easier time. The base speed jump is going to help you as well. If you've already been using her, if you're early game, maybe you would consider throwing her into some of your teams here. outside of that, like I said, this wasn't a crazy rebalance patch. As we can see, we're already at the end of it, but this is a step in the right direction, revisiting old champions. Hopefully once they get back on their feet, being Plarium, they start doing this more and more frequently, because many champions need to be looked at for sure. What I want from you guys right now is hit me in the comment section with the most needed rebalances, of course not including these champions, that you guys need. I don't care if it's a legendary, I don't care if it's an epic, I don't care if it's a rare, I mean even an uncommon. Just don't bring in commons. Listen, we're gonna leave, what is it, Warboy, we're going to leave the skeleton, I forget the skeleton's name, even though I have 5 of them at 6-star. Where are they? Death Knight. Listen, leave Death Knight out of this. And then finally, what's the other meme one we have here? Sister Militant, of course, is another one. And then I believe it, what is it, a Bannerlord? No, I don't know why I'm blanking out here. There's definitely one more common that people like to make that's funny. We already mentioned Warboy, Thrall, never heard of him. We already went to Orcs, Skinwalkers, Doubt. Although, what's up with that? Why do some factions get commons and others don't? Let's talk about it. Troglodyte, definitely not him. Okay, so I can't find it. Maybe you guys know which one I'm looking for. I definitely don't. So with that being said, give me your thoughts, give me your feedback in the comment section. Who needs the biggest rework coming up here? I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to be looking at the comments and going through, maybe giving my own feedback in a video coming up soon about all the champions that I believe should be rebalanced. Because listen, even if you're new to this game, you know there's a significant amount of champions that are very underwhelming. Ideally, champions that haven't been recently released would be good. We're kind of looking for champions that are at least 1 year old, maybe 2 years old. I guess 6-7 months is going to be fine, but in my opinion, they should really work from the back forward instead of kind of from the forward backwards, because even to this day, as we've seen with some of the past fusions, they've still been releasing some quite underwhelming champions. But listen, progress is progress. Any batch of rebalance that we get, no matter how small, is going to be good as long as they keep consistently adding it to the game. So that's going to conclude this video. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy content like this, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video.